season of Scum, the podcast that delves deep into the sweaty crevices of UK culture. Whether it's 90s television gungings, why some people have chips for every meal, rural dogging hotspots, or haunted car washes, we celebrate all of it. And who better to put on a digital diving bell and submerge themselves into the murkiest aspects of dear old Blighty than some of the worst people it's ever produced? Comedians. I'm Darren J. Coles, and I'm joined by Charlie Webster and Paul Hilleard.
Hello, chaps.
How are we doing, boys?
Hello. I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, fine. Bit ill, so I can only apologise to the listener.
What sort
Singular.
of illness? You talking about?
We don't know. I've not gone to the doctor. Not got it checked out.
You're weeping from various ends, isn't it? Just double weeping.
Yeah.
Double weep.
Yeah.
From all holes.
And from all. I'm spouting from all holes, as they say. But I don't know. It could be something to do with my checkered sexual past. We don't know. Yeah, so I might sound a bit bunged up, but yeah. How we went to Edinburgh, didn't we, Paul?
We did.
We spent a lot of time together.
We climbed up the hill.
We climbed a big old hill. Is it a mountain? I think it's a
half a seat. What is it?
I did look it up.
Didn't feel like a mountain.
It's not. I don't think it's a mountain. I think
we were looking
Pennine. I think it's a Pennine.
We were looking at very large people walking up in jeans and just criticising them.
There was.
This ain't
although for the purposes of we weren't body shaming anybody, of course.
No, we were just like, you're gonna chafe. You're gonna.
There was that one woman who was in front of us, and she would take 2 steps, stop, and then because she had the tightest jeans on I've ever seen in my life, and it was riding.
Riding up the
It was riding
up the crack.
It was right. Yeah.
Do you know I climbed that small mountain.
Yeah, we did too.
Yeah, I did it once in boating shoes, and went up. I think apparently it's 2 ways to go. Apparently I went up the bad way because there's lots of rocks. Yeah. It's quite hard, and the only reason I was going to turn back at one point because I was blowing up my arsehole, but what spurred me on was I saw an obese Chinese man walking down the other end who was faster than me, and I thought, well, if he can do it, so can I.
I like how you said you went up the wrong way because there were rocks when it's a hill.
No, but there's another quite genteel sort of with grass and shit.
Oh,
there's 2 ways you can go.
Family path.
Yeah, family path, and there's Scum path. What should we?
Yeah. But when we got to the top, it was funny because you go to the top, it was absolutely jam packed at the top. So it's not that difficult a hill to climb. But then you think, you get up there, away from the city, away from the urban drawl, and suddenly. Guy brought a fucking bagpipes up there, and I was just like, Jesus Christ.
Can't get away from it.
No, it's like, we get it. It's Scotland. We know. We
had an awkward moment as well at the actual, the centre point. I don't know what you call it, the summit, when you touch the top, and you were trying to take a photo of me and you, but you wanted to put it on.
Well, I wanted to control the shot.
I
wanted to get a good shot of both of us.
Seemed like you didn't want to ask a stranger to take a photo.
No. I was just too much of a control freak, and I was like, okay, that makes me look good. And then this guy went, "Do you want me to do that for you?" Yeah. And I was like, "Yeah, sure." And then he took a picture, and I just hated my face in it, which is the most important thing.
So you retook it?
Yeah, I retook it again. Yeah, we're doing that again.
It's nice to see this ego running through that lovely moment in time.
Yeah, I know you're one of the very rare egoless comedians, Charlie, but some of us are pretty vain.
He's the Buddha of comedy.
Yeah,
he's zen as fuck.
Yeah, that's not just because he's bald and stocky. Paul, can you explain? I saw a video today of you at a festival.
It's not a festival. It was on a cider fest in Caerphilly. It's mental because it doesn't make me look like a good guy at all. You watch that and you go, I make a funny joke at the very end, but it looks like the worst comedy show you've ever been to. Which sucks.
You can't quite work it out because you don't know, because their claim is you're picking on us and us alone, but you can't you don't see the build up to it. So this has been
like a 2-hour event, okay? So you don't get to see any of it.
Were they consistently getting picked on by you?
Did you bully a family? Did you bully
Did you demean a husband in front of his wife and children?
So did you
very proud father who's just lost his job?
Did you verbally pull a 55-year-old man's pants down and douse him with a little shitty cider, 7 pints of cider?
Right, so at a cider fest already.
Get out. Yeah, have you not read the terms and conditions of this festival?
Yeah, too good for Scum. What are you talking about? Get the fuck out.
We brought our own, actually.
Yeah.
Echo Falls, actually.
Brought some Brecon Carreg because we're not drinkers.
Country Manor, actually.
Actually meeting my son's girlfriend for the first time, so I want to be clear-headed, if you don't mind.
And I was like, look, it's comedy. Are you going to be able to follow the rules? Don't talk when the comics are on. You know, everyone's paid to be here. We want a good time. You want a good time, yeah? And even that, it was like a struggle to get them going. And they weren't giving me anything. I was like, are you a family? And they were like, they wouldn't like actually. No one was just like,
have you been trafficked here? What's going on?
So I just started calling them the B-Tech family because I was just like,
family.
yeah, bottom set. You know, they were very bottom setty vibes. And then as soon as the manager leaves, she takes a phone call. I just starts talking. There's only 40 people in the fucking tent. Like, it's like, what are you doing?
Like nobody is aware of the rules of comedy.
Trying to sort a fucking internet bill, getting it down. Do you know what I mean? I'm ringing up Vodafone, like.
So Phil,
yes, I'd like to upgrade my package, please.
She needs her phone. And I go, oh yeah.
It's keeping her alive.
What do you need a phone for? For her work. And I go, okay, we got something to play with now. What's her work then? And he goes, she's a tree surgeon. I'm like, fuck off. That gets a big laugh. And I'm
That's
like,
funny.
we can turn this around. I'm like, I'm like, all right, we got it. You're playing the game now. Let's do it. And I go,
she was making it up.
Of course he was making it up, but I was like, all right, tree surgeon, that's fine.
Hi, we've got a Royal Oak blown over in Dorchester. We're wondering if you can get there within the next hour.
Yeah, I'm like,
it's actually demolished a privet hedge. Yeah, yeah, we're gonna need you there pronto.
We've got a miniature beach. It's gone awry on a playing field.
Yeah, bring your sapping gun, Karen. Yep. Bring your sapping gun, you're going to need it. It's going to need an instant draining.
She's absolutely bollocks. So I was like, it doesn't matter. We know it's a lie. But I'm like...
She's a tree.
It's also out of office hours. And like, it's 8 o'clock on a Saturday. You ain't climbing any trees, love. Like, you know. She reminded me
Do you think he thought because the word surgeon was in there, you'd go, well, must be important. Yeah. She's a hedge consultant. All right, okay.
It's such a weird thing to lie about that, though, isn't it?
Not all of you, but the two of you have to go. The tree surgeon and the father. You've got to go. You've had too many chances.
They're a folk band, aren't they? The tree surgeon and the father.
So they've had like 5 chances now, and I'm like, you wouldn't do this at the bingo. You wouldn't do it in a library. You know, it's like you shouldn't do it at any comedy club. Like you wouldn't do it at opera.
You wouldn't be doing it at a tree surgeon convention in Birmingham, would you? Do you know
I don't come to where you work and take the piss out of, chestnuts, do I?
Yeah, I've had some absolute corkers. Do you know what I mean? There's a couple of standouts. There's one. I did a gig for the Valley Commanders. Have you heard of them? They're a bike
club.
Yeah, they're a bike gang.
They're like the Hell's Angels in the valleys.
They don't like being called gangs. They say we're a club.
Motorbike
they get
club.
very angry if you call them
They are
gang.
a bit touchy about that. But when I went on their website, they did say that they were a violent motorcycle club. So I was like, okay, cool, man. That ties things up.
But not a violent motorcycle gang.
No,
we're a violent motorcycle club.
Yeah. So
the important connect is we're not a gang.
I got to this.
We're a club.
I got to this. I got to their headquarters or their club, which was a
Club HQ.
It was like an old pub in Newport next to the Transporter Bridge. It looked like something out of some Mad Max or something. I got there. It's like one road in, one road out, and this fucking this bridge looming across like fucking at the end of the road, and there's about 100 fucking big bastards and fucking with bikes, all wearing leathers. They're a mob.
Up.
They're just a mob. They're a fucking angry mob. I get in there and I'm like, oh sweet Jesus, this is gonna be the worst gig of my life. Got in there and it's like something out of fucking a film or something. Everyone's getting fucking howling.
Smoke.
It's just fucking
people smoking.
People just doing what the fuck they wanted. There's a few women there as well, which I don't know, must have been part of it or whatever. But
they must have been part of it.
Well, they weren't in.
I think they were busted.
No, they weren't. They weren't in a uniform. Everyone's got a uniform, right? Yeah. They've all got the leathers. They've all got the bike shit. Some have got different types. So there's one wearing green, with like a sort of like an army green sort of leather version.
Different chapter.
Well, maybe just hierarchy or something. But
yeah, or like
it was.
Like handkerchiefs at the back pocket, you know.
Yeah,
Red
it was-
handkerchief means you're into armpits. Blue handkerchief at the right pocket, you know.
I remember looking at my material and just laughing to myself because I realised like none of this is going to work. Like, not just going. What the fuck am I going to say to these guys? Like, anyway, I did it, and I remember going up stage and saying, "There's a lot of leather here, guys. Tonight. Is this a motorcycle club or a gay motorcycle club?"
That's great. Yeah, that's exactly the right pitch. That's exactly the right pitch you want to take.
Yeah, and they just like instantly just smash glass like, and I was like, "Oh dear!" And
hi guys, what are you, a violent motorcycle club or a gang of gays?
and I did about 12 minutes, I'd say. Didn't meant to do 20. Did about 12. Just tried to mug them off. Tried to do a bit of crowd work. One of them, I just saw a glint in my eye. I saw just sort of glint of metal. You know, you see sort of. Yeah. And I saw a guy, and he had a fucking knuckle duster on his hand, just readily there. And I was like, "That's not looking at mate. Go on." He gave it to me. Gave it on stage, and people were laughing. And then another guy just came from nowhere. It must have been higher up in a green jacket, and fucking pushed him. And got it and just took it off me like that. And he's like, "Shouldn't fucking do that. Shouldn't have shown him that." And I was like, "Oh shit!" Thought it was gonna be like a fight in front of me. Yeah. And afterwards, I talked to some people saying, "Oh yeah, he will get a beat down afterwards for that because he shouldn't have shown it to you."
Really?
So I was just looking at it, and I said, "Look, I think I said something along the lines of, how many guys have you guys murdered? Like how many murders have we got in the house?" Because I get the feeling there's a lot of murders in the
there's
a lot of people have murdered people in this room and got away with it. If you're just casually wearing a.
Yeah.
But yeah,
wait.
Afterwards,
How did that go down? You just no chuckles.
Bits and bobs, not a lot. It was very hard to control the room, but it was
Fair play. You went both foot in. You were just like,
doing the gay stuff at the top. That's bold. Yeah, that's pretty bold. Yeah.
I was just looking.
I'm surprised he handed the knuckle duster to you. Yeah, and plant it firmly in your face.
Afterwards, a guy said to me, and this is why it really fucks you up when people don't pay you on time or whatever. It's like that. Afterwards, a guy who was like the leader of the club went up to me and goes, "Oh, thank you so much for doing the gig. We really find it hard to get people to come perform for us." He goes, "The last band we had him, they had a leather jacket and they had a leather jacket on, so he pulled off and threw it into the fire, and they ran off and never came back." And I was like, "Okay." And he was like, "Would you like to come back next week?" And I was like, "No, I don't think I will."
No, I wouldn't.
But he gave me my money instantly. He gave me 70 quid or 100 quid or whatever it was.
We got a code.
And I was like, "Look, if these cunts can pay me on time, why can't some corporate wankers do it?" Do you know what I mean? Like, why have I got to beg them when fucking the biker gang can pay me instantly? So yeah,
we've got a code. We'll pay you on time, but no leather.
Yeah, no leather or no gay jokes.
Yeah,
no showing.
Or maybe they like the gay jokes. I mean, they asked you back.
Yeah.
Maybe that could have been your racket. You could have been like, "I'll get you gigs." Have you done a Charlie Webster gig yet?
But it was barking. It was mad. And I think if I stayed around there long enough, they would have beaten me up at some point, I'd say. So I was not one of them. I was
initiate. Yeah, you should have.
I was mocking them. Do you know what I mean? Like
I've said to you before, I'd love to see you in leather. You know, I'd love to see you in
nice little leather polo shirt.
I could see it, but then again, it would be very village people. It wouldn't be like
more
a hard motorcyclist. Yeah, no. you'd.
Or Vito.
Maybe more Vito. More Vito.
Sopranos.
Yeah, a little leather waistcoat maybe. Do you remember the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire cheat, Charles Ingram? And he went on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire back in 2001, and he won it, got all the answers right, but he was outed subsequently because his wife was sat in the crowd, and she was, I don't know what kind of system they were using, whether it was like, you know, 1 cough for yes, 2 coughs for no, but she was coughing before he was answering the questions and he was getting them right, and the accusation was they developed some sort of code, cough code, to get him the £1 million. So yeah, they went to court. What I love is about that there's the testimony of Tequan Wittock, who I think was in Tequan Wittock, who he said that he claimed to have suffered a persistent cough his entire life, insisted that he had a genuine cough caused by a combination of hay fever and a dust allergy, and it was only coincidence that his throat problem coincided with the right answers. During the trial...
It was filmed in January.
Yeah, exactly.
So there was 2 people coughing. It was his wife
Yeah,
and
it
was...
looks like. Yeah, he said he testified he
coughers.
drank several glasses of water before he went in front of the cameras. Whitlock insisted they had not known the answers to 3 of the questions he allegedly helped with. So yeah, there must have been 2 in the crowd. But his thing was, I had a coincidental dust allergy.
What was his name again?
Who, this guy or the cheater, the main Tequen Whitlock.
How do you spell that?
Tecwen. Sounds Welsh.
Yeah, he was one of those sort of posh. You know, when you get those posh people who go into the army, there's like a certain breed, isn't there?
Yeah,
you either get people who've just come out of care, or you get people who've just gone to private school. So none, just one of the two, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, some people have got no choice, and people
Yeah.
who've got all the choice in the world.
Yeah, and they just go and lord it over sort of.
But is there a time any of you boys have like willfully cheated, like swindled? I mean, this isn't comparable, but I don't know if I should admit this, but I went through still occasionally I tried my hand is when I when I shoplifted quite a lot over the last couple of years, especially during COVID when I had like no money. And just the cost of living, everything was so expensive. Until eventually,
cost of living really affected those protein bars you wanted to buy, didn't they?
Well, this is the thing. You've kind of spoiled my story. Is how I eventually got caught. This was like embarrassingly. This was like last year. So I was old enough to know better. I went. I was going to the gym and had my black hoodie on and my joggers, right. So I looked like a ne'er-do-well.
Oh yeah.
Okay?
Oh good.
So
I'm glad you finished that one. Then.
Did you have a bag? Did you have a little?
I also had my little my little
Yeah.
NOS can pouch on me.
Yeah.
And
With sachets in
it
there.
was like if someone had said like if casting had said right we need a thief or a drug dealer,
Or
like how are we going to dress it?
Drug addict as well.
Elderly roadman.
Yeah. Elderly roadman. I went into the Sainsbury's. I think it was in the morning. I was going to go to the gym. I was like, I hadn't had breakfast, so I was like, get my protein in the morning.
Through theft, yeah.
Yeah, through theft. So I went into the Sainsbury's. I'd done it so much time. I was cocksure. I'd been in the life too long.
Yeah. What was your technique? What
I would do is basically you take like some of the items to the till. You suss it out first. Is the security is there like decent security there?
Mm.
You'd go in and you'd pick up like an item. You pay for one item and then the other item you just don't scan.
Just pick up some.
Or you just keep it in your hands sometimes, and if they're not watching, you can just like walk out scot-free. You have to know what you're nicking as well. Chicken is tagged. They tag chicken, like expensive chicken or expensive beef. That's all tagged. But like little items like they don't give a shit about. So that was my. But I tried lots of different. Sometimes I'd have my backpack just underneath the self-service, and then you just go. One for you, one for me, one for you. And I just slip it.
This is the saddest Oceans of FM ever, isn't it?
It's Oceans.
I've been casing this joint for quite a while.
I like how you've got into this in your late 30s as well. It's really...
Yeah, it's embarrassing. Yeah, it's
You can get some baby bells for free.
One for me, one net for free.
Yeah. If you want those chipsticks, you're gonna have to case the joint first. So
you bought a pack. So you bought like a.
So I bought 2 Gorilla bars and a protein shake. So we're talking 60 grams of protein. Bulking, a workout, whatever. Get over it.
Yeah.
And so I did. I don't think I scanned any of them. Or did I scan? I can't. Maybe I scanned one of them, but then I was like, right, here we go. And I walked, and as I was walking to the door, the security guard just in one swift motion. So he must have seen it on his. He had like a pad, like an iPad. So he must have been checking. Like he must have gone, this guy's fucking dodgy. And in one sweeping motion, he snatched all the items out of my hand. He went, "Don't come in here again." And I went, "Fair enough," and just walked out.
That was it.
That was it. Yeah.
You didn't fight it.
Yeah, I didn't fight it. I've been in this since.
I wish it was more humiliating for you. I wish they rushed you to the floor,
pulled my trousers,
pulled your pants down, slapped you or something like that. Like,
don't you do that again?
Yeah, I think that's sort of
Gorilla
shit.
bars are £3.25.
I think they should do that with I think they should do humiliation. I think I know they can't.
Like when you put someone in the stocks and pelt
Yeah,
them.
I think maybe like a stocks outside the shop or just a low level spanking. Do you know what I mean? Like it's humiliation's going to really.
This is twice you mentioned on this podcast pulling someone's pants down the spanking.
Well, it's just humiliation. Imagine you're going out, right? It's 2:00 in the afternoon, right? You're stealing fucking protein bars and you're pushing 40, right? I think someone needs to tell you that you're a fucking berg. Do you know what I mean? Like. He needs to be exposed to being a berg.
Yeah, sure.
And I think that maybe, just maybe, a local spanking from a security guard, while the public, maybe school children, the elderly witness it. I think that's fine.
But then you get like a sort of sub industry popping up there. People who would willingly get caught because they just like to be spanked.
Yeah.
I don't think you should.
Oh no! I'm such a lousy shoplifter. Oh well, do you want to do it in the shop or outside so people can see?
Look, if you cotton on to the fact that they're getting a sexual kick from it, yeah, put them in the stocks. Do you know what I mean? Like in the stocks, maybe old cabbages, whatever. Just like discounted stuff.
So could we put thieves in? Also
Thieves.
people who are
Thieves.
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 Okay,
Thieves.
I like thieves.
Thieves and people who are rude at comedy shows. We could put them in for maybe.
Yeah, you could have.
Or
Like, you could have
drunks.
legally dragged Dad 2 on stage,
Yeah.
pop the trousers down while you're looking the 90-year-old son in the eye.
I'm doing this so this doesn't happen to you. I'm doing it to him so this doesn't happen to you.
Let this be a
sir.
lesson to you.
Yeah.
So I think it's quite hard to convict someone nowadays. You need quite a lot. You've got to go through the courts. There's a long process. I think there should just be more like
Embarrassment.
coming back.
Yeah, embarrassments. You know what I mean, people just like public embarrassments because they've done a minor crime.
It's
You know what I
coming
mean?
back because, well, they're letting people out of prisons earlier because of the backlog in courts.
Yeah.
It's coming.
I think if you're
It's
maybe if
coming,
you're
I
like a
can feel
paedophile or
it.
something, you just have your face painted blue.
That's,
Yeah.
As I say, it's a slippery slope.
you know what I
that
mean? Because
sport.
I
Very
saw
slippery
one
slope.
where it was like they lured a fella in, and it's like, you've come here to meet a 16-year-old girl, and they've got like a amateur heavyweight boxer waiting for him, and then they force him to like
I think
get
I've
in
seen
the
that
ring,
one, yeah.
and you're just like.
I've seen that.
And it's weird because it came up on my reels, and it shows you a couple of clips. It shows them. It never shows them getting hit, but it shows them lying on the floor, and then it's just like, sign up to our Patreon. We're gonna give you this sort of stuff, and I'm like, oh man,
It's kind of good though, isn't it? I mean, it's kind of good.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
In
also
your
bad.
view,
Do you know what I
yeah.
mean? Like it's a bit of a heady mix between the two.
Double-edged sword, that isn't it? Double-edged boxing glove.
what is it? What do we call Batman? He's
Vigilante.
vigilante. It's that vigilante shit. Like,
Batman, I don't know. Bruce Wayne.
When the UK started to get people who had COVID,
Yeah.
and they sort of rounded them all up in some sort of unit, right? And they had to transport them from one place to another, and they put them all on a coach, and they're all wearing hazmat suits in the back, like all the people who maybe the people who've got it,
Infected.
and were doctors or whatever. But anyway, there's a coach. There's a brilliant image of a man driving a coach, and he just looks fucking terrified, and he's
Yeah, he
sort
looks
of
haunted.
He looks haunted by the fact that this is going to be his last journey that he drives. And he's getting paid £13 an hour. And he hasn't got a fucking mask on. They've just gone, come on, Terry, drive him to fucking Stoke. And he's just sitting there going like, ugh. And it made me laugh so much when I saw the image. And it was a terrifying time. And I was like, fuck me, the world could be ending here. But I remember seeing that image, and it really, really tickled me because I just thought, the fear in that man's face.
Yeah,
and he was just being forced to drive people somewhere, and everyone else was protected, and he was just left to fucking drive.
Yeah, but then a couple of months later, you would have got that sweet £600 key worker bonus. So it's all swings
Which
around.
was taxed,
It's all-
which was
Yeah,
taxed.
which was heavily taxed. Yeah,
Yeah.
so probably worked out to about £200. But it's worth it, isn't it, a man's health?
Yeah.
£200.
But the image really stayed with me, and it was just really silly, and it's the fear in his eyes. It's very hard to describe when you see fear, but there's also just the daftness of it.
Yeah, we
It was
all went
just-
out and banged our pots and pans and clapped for Captain Tom. Yeah.
Yeah.
COVID bus driver, whose name
Yeah.
we still don't know.
Or Terry Jones, or his
Yeah,
name was.
yeah.
Like, he got nothing. No one clapped for him.
Do you reckon he's still? Reckon he's still thriving, alive and
I
thriving?
think he is alive. I think I saw an interview of him. I think he is alive. I don't know. I can't remember what else.
Is he still on the buses?
Don't know.
Surely.
He never dropped them off. He said, we're not leaving. We're not getting off this bus.
We live here now.
Do you reckon he pulled? Do you think he pulled a short straw? Do you think there was like a pool of drivers and he was like, "Sorry, Terry, this is your last journey, son." And just drives his coach sadly.
Terminus, the afterlife. Do you think?
Do you think it was just he didn't know? Like he couldn't read. He's oblivious to it all. He was like, "What's going on?" Like, I just show up and drive the bus.
Maybe he got fooled into it. Maybe he was like, "Look, we got an important job. You got to go to Hull and pick up this group of people. I don't know what they're doing.
They're very high. They're very important.
Yeah, they're like diplomats or something. Like, just pick them up. Yeah." And he gets there and realizes they're all infected by COVID.
But that's why he was so baffled. Maybe he just didn't. He was.
Maybe they thought they were doing a remake of E.T., that bit where he's we goes all white and they have to revive him. They have to take him, they put him in that little plastic sheet. Heroin part of the film. But do you think a bus driver is what do we think of a bus driver as a job?
Well, I think a coach driver would be okay. If you're going
long haul
around Europe, I think that's probably quite fun.
Do you reckon?
Because it's different routes and shit. But if you're just... What I feel sorry for is bus drivers do the same route around like a small town.
Yeah.
It's just driving in circles all day. And there's no music. You can't really... Not really meant to interact with the people on the bus. Yeah. But if you have music, it's fine.
You're at most risk from that clientele. Like, if you're a bus driver, like, that's where you're going to end up in fights the most.
You're, like, taking
Whereas
the bus,
coaches, megabuses, I feel like most people are just like, I need to get here. Shut the fuck up, let's go. If anyone's starting an issue on a coach, everyone else is going to turn on that person and be like, get the fuck off, I need to go get my flight or something.
We had a great... we were going to a gig once and we got the megabus. So it was me and my comedy partner, Glenn. And we had this bus driver and we still quote him to this day because he was a northerner. And he was like his... somebody... and I really like people who really have the patter down. Like they've got a kind of mundane... ordinary job, and they could do it in an ordinary mundane way, but they bring something to it. They bring some creativity to it.
Nice.
And this guy really did. Like he had the patter down. But I remember the two things he said. He went the toilet is next door to the fire escape. Make sure the toilet door is on the right. The fire escape is on the left. Make sure you don't open that, otherwise you will go out onto the motorway. Got a little laugh. You are laughing, but that has actually happened. On more than one occasion. And then the other thing he said was...
probably died. That person probably died.
Oh, for sure, yeah. There's no way of falling out of a high-speed megabus onto the A470 and surviving. But the other thing he said, he was like... yes, there is no food or beverages to be consumed on the coach, unless, of course... you're willing to share it with the driver. For reference, my favourite crisps, cheese and onion. My favourite sweets, pear drops. And he was so good. He got a round of applause at the end. When he dropped us off, he went, "Oh, give over, mate. Won't fit through the door."
Oh, that's wicked. See, they can't get that on the 132 to Ponty.
Oh yeah, no, they're barely awake.
Sights and scenes. People are just losing their fucking heads. But yeah, the coaches is where you want to be. You get that freedom as well. I remember one megabus where the guy just put on the radio and was singing.
That's great.
Just singing.
Really?
Yeah, just sort of like really upbeat.
God gave rock and roll to you.
And you're like, fair play.
When I was growing up, my mate Jason was the youngest bus driver in the UK. And
how old?
16.
18. Right.
18, and
it's a good job, man.
I don't know if he was even younger. He was that good at the gig.
Yeah.
Like he was like 40. He was like 12. He had to have a special built-up chair, and he was like, "Come on, guys, we're getting there."
Special pedals, like.
He was really proud of being the youngest bus driver in the UK, and he looked like a bus driver. He looked sort of like older. He's a big guy, like a unit, and he
got that bus driver look.
Yeah, he like smoking tabs, just like eating fry-ups every day. Like he was like. But,
that's his training. It's like the professional footballer trains on the pitch. Professional bus driver, he's in a greasy spoon every day, just bulking up.
Just bulking. But yeah, he did it for a while. He quite enjoyed it, I think. But he did lots of run-ins with people. He had a friend who was Polish, and he got someone put a gun to his head on the fucking bus.
Jesus.
Because he didn't have the right change.
You're gonna take this 50.
And you're
gonna take this 50, all right?
And I was like, wow, I never realised bus
so
bus drivers in Surrey had such a fucking issue. Do you know what I mean?
That's such a mad thing because it's like, I kind of get pulling a gun on a taxi driver to get in your own little drive. But you pull a gun out on a bus in front of all the witnesses. And then you just got to go sit down next to some old deer.
Yeah, what happens then?
Open up the metro.
Yeah, they're not just going to let you on and go, fair play, mate, got it on, are they? Like,
you know what, mate, I should have given you change for a tenner. All right, put myself down.
You made your point, get on.
Come on. Let's get you to Golders Green. That's so funny. Paul,
I thought I did mine. Did I not do mine? There's a teacher in Powys who, 31-year-old, her name's Alice Ashton, and she would teach PSE, which is like social health, and
I've got a great PSE. That seems to be the lesson where it's just chaos.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. And they always seem to have really weird odd they put the oddballs in there.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
So she's 31-year-old. She got fired because she turned her classroom into a rave and was drinking what the kids think was alcohol out of her orange juice. It was an orange liquid in an Evian water bottle.
Oh yeah, that's for sure gin and orange, 100%.
Nice.
And
label ripped off.
The kids, because they had to have all the kids snitched on her, essentially, a bunch of 16-year-olds. So it's all their witness. What do you call alibis? I don't fucking know. But, this is all familiar. This is
witness, alibi, defense, judge, jury, executioner, whatever. All of the above.
Law and shit. So they're just saying that she's usually quite quiet as a teacher, and she was a lot more loud and brash and
sexual, maybe.
Yeah.
She started playing music and started using inappropriate hand gestures. And towards the end of the lesson, she started making the kids do the Macarena.
Wow.
She forced them to do the Macarena, or she blasted the music. Told
if you want to get A stars in your GCSEs, you'll get up on your feet, grab your partner around the waist.
She called them, don't snitch now, you little shits. Don't be. And she said the F word a few times, I think, as well.
So she got sacked for just doing this. Was that it? Was that all she did?
Pretty much it.
Sounds fine, right, to you?
Yeah.
So
how long does it last?
Keep the class entertained.
Did she what happened to were they in there for the whole full hour?
For the full hour? I think it was just one lesson. It sounds like she's going through it. So shout out to you, Alice Ashton. But
so
what happened to her? Did she just get sacked?
She got fired. Well, they said some parents found out through their kids the day it happened. Next day, the teachers looked back at the CCTV, and then she quit. So
she quit, shaved her head, and became Fat Boy Slim.
Do you know what? If I had a kid and they said, "Oh, we got this one teacher and she's pretty boring normally, but the last lesson we had,
she had a mental breakdown. And
she drank gin and we listened to fucking chicane and fucking and Fat Boy Slim or whatever," I'd be like, "Sounds alright, sounds fun." Like,
yeah.
Did you have a good Did you have a good time? Yeah. Okay, no problem with me. There's no issue with that. Sounds like you had a good day, son. Do you know what I mean?
I'm going to write her up for Teacher of the Year.
I don't know why anyone would complain about it. It doesn't sound that bad. It's not like she fucks it.
There's certain standards they have to uphold.
There's loads of teachers that get done for sucking off kids, don't they? And a lot more.
Wow, this story just took a massive leap for sucking off kids.
No, I'm just saying teenagers. You know what I mean? Well, that's children, but yeah.
Still.
There's a lot more. It seems a lot more women now are getting sort of done for pounding,
Which she didn't. She didn't do any of that.
Okay, that's fine.
No, she kept it all above the waist. Do you know what I mean?
No, I'm not defending.
The Macarena's mainly above the head. You know, you could see her hands at all times. I had a teacher. What was his name? I can't remember his name now. He I went to a fairly rough school in the valleys, and he was one of these teachers. He was an English teacher. Then he went away for a while, came back with a cane.
Yeah, right.
So he'd had something serious had happened to him, and then they'd relegated him to PSE and all the easy lessons. And he had us one year. We were fairly unruly as a reg class, and I remember Scott Sugar was his name.
Scott Sugar.
Do you remember those sweets that were on a necklace?
Oh yeah.
And you bit one part of it, and then you flung it like a
love hearts, almost.
Kind
same
of.
sort of mate.
Yeah, same material.
Sort of when you get on holiday.
Yeah. And he had one of those, and he flicked it at the back of this teacher's head while he was when he had his back turned, And I remember so vividly to this day the look on that man's face when he turned around. He had snapped. And he looked, and I remember him, we all went completely quiet. He just gave this like speech about, I think he was got quoting Oscar Wilde. He was like, "You'll be in the gutter and you'll be looking up at the stars and you'll come to nothing and your children will come to nothing." And it was like, okay, lesson over. And I never saw him again. But he had a full-on breakdown. And I remember just sort of staring at my mate, thinking, "Oh fucking hell, we broke him."
Yeah,
we broke him.
Which is easily done.
I think his name was. We had a few psychos like Psycho. It was Psycho Williams, Psycho Evans. I think he was Psycho Lewis because he did like. It's back in the days, you know, when teachers could still fucking scream at a kid.
We had a teacher called Miss Shingler, and
is that a real name?
Miss Shingler.
Miss Shingler.
And she did.
Did you say Gorma Shingler?
What?
It's been a long day.
No, I said Miss Shingler. She was a PS. What PSE? Was it PS?
Yeah, PSE. Personal Studies.
She was a PSE teacher.
Education.
Personal social education.
Yeah.
Do you know what she looked like? She looked like you know the twits.
Yeah.
She looked like a woman on a twit. She had like mad hair.
Yeah.
Like she like sort of pointed features and looked sort of fucking mad. And she was just she's clearly going through some shit as well. And she did. It was sort of like there's a lot of like talked about sex in that class. What did it do? What's it called when they talk about sex at school?
Sex education.
Sex education. That was thrown into the mix. Like,
what is it when they educate you about sex? Sex education. Yeah, that's the one.
But yeah, she talked about. I remember vividly her talking about anal sex and how she
vividly.
And how her husband enjoyed it. And I was like, ooh, this is greasy. Like, I remember just looking to my mate and going, here we go.
If your kid ran home to you after school that day and said, "Daddy, my teacher taught me about anal sex," would you be like, "Yeah, great"?
I'd be like, well, what did she look like? She looked one of the twits. Yeah, carry on, son.
Carry on, son. She was clearly just talking about it from a purely medical standpoint.
It felt more. It felt educational. Doing. She was trying to explain the benefits of anal sex. It wasn't like.
What were the benefits exactly?
Well, she said it was like, you know, I can't
led to a happy,
spontaneous
marriage.
Different times though, man.
It wasn't
different times.
It wasn't. It didn't feel like she was getting off on it. She was just telling us sort of like. Her story about anal and how she enjoyed it.
Nowadays,
it's one of the worst things the Tories have ever done. I think first they took milk out of the classrooms, now they're taking anal out of the classrooms, and I'm sick of it.
But looking back, I don't think you should really been.
How old were you? Were you in sixth form?
About 13, 14, I'd say.
I would say that's quite young to be learning about anal.
But they must teach kids.
Maybe I'm a prude. They must
teach kids about anal.
But it is a different time.
I don't think
it's a different time because you got to think like.
I think in the Netherlands and places like that they do. I don't think they do here.
If it was like you were in school with that teacher and she brought up anal sex now. She'd probably have an OnlyFans that she'd get you to fucking sign up to. Like it's a different time.
I'll fucking join it. Like, I want to see Shingler fucking gaping. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Shingler's fist. So the.
Yeah, God rest her soul. She died a couple of years ago.
I
don't know. I don't know anything about her.
She was on the bus. She was on the fucking
bus. She was on with a fucking gun.
Yeah, she was on with a gun.
Give me the fucking change!
I gotta get home quick, my husband's gagging for some anal!
He likes it, I like it!
He likes it, I like it! It's the key to a happy marriage! And here's a £20 note, and I want change!
The teachers it's a horrible job if you don't actually like it. If you don't like it, it's the worst because you just got 20 fucking voices just shouting at you and you have to try and care about it.
I think
that's just in your head.
I think primary's probably okay. They're just sort of little cherubs, aren't they?
It can be.
Cute, but like
it depends.
Secondary
they can be. I think any age comes with it.
I think once a couple of them in county lines gangs, it gets harder. Do you know what I mean? They get the fucking.
It depends who you are.
It
depends who you are. If you have more patience, then primary school is easy because they're children. But there's 14-year-olds who will swing for you.
Yeah.
And it's different if a fucking 8-year-old swings for you.
Exactly, yeah.
It's more talk behind it, more power.
I went to a fucking crazy school as well. There were so many teachers who would go on like sick leave because they were having depression.
Yeah, we had that.
Mental health issues.
We had a lot of teachers
and
with
they'd
like
come
brandy
back.
bottles in the front drawer. Like
that was a
we
given
we
in
pull
the
open,
90s,
we'd see
though,
like there'd always be like
that
a
was a
whiskey
given.
bottle.
Like, I remember teachers smelling of fags and booze
Oh,
and
yeah,
shit. I mean,
100%.
I remember on a Friday, loads of them going down to like a local pub.
Yeah, we had a pub
Yeah.
right around the corner, like literally less than 100 meters away, and you could catch them all in there.
Yeah.
On the last day of term and stuff, and they.
I think that was a
Yeah.
thing, though. I think people used to go to the pubs on Friday all the time.
Yeah, it was a bit. Yeah, it
It's
was
not
just more
sociable.
relaxed there, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, we had this one lad, Mr. Goodwin, who was our wood tech, and he used to be in the Soul Crew, which is
Nice.
Cardiff
Oh,
City
yeah.
fucking, and he would like to tell people that, you know.
So Soul Crew is like a gang, right? It's like a Cardiff-based football hooligan gang.
Yeah. And he would like slam his year 6. He'd get year 7. Everyone's round the tables, and he'd like to walk in and go, "Hello." Really like fucking menace, like he's in a Danny Dyer film, talking about like,
I've heard you're fucking Middlesbrough way. You're gonna die tonight, kids.
Today I'm going to teach you about tectonic plates.
he'd smash the fucking middle part of the wood table, and it would bounce up because he'd be like, "See that?"
But he probably
He would try and put the
that's
fucking
good.
fear of God into us. He
I
wouldn't teach us anything, but then he'd also like uplift us because he'd be like, I'm a mess. I'll be a mess. I was terrible at school, but I don't know why I'm talking like this, but you know, he's this sort of character. He was from fucking Cardiff somewhere, so he's probably like, I had to go to night school. I'm absolute head case, I am. But
I worked in a factory for fucking 20 years.
so if I can do it, you can do it. You know what I mean? And then the buzzer would go, and you go, right, time for pasties. And he'd run out. And you had this mental, like, just, he would go from being psychotic to the most dangerous man in the world to, he's a nice lad. He'd look after us. He'd let us go have pasties. He'd cut the class early, like 15 minutes early, just go on, go get some sausage rolls. And then you realise it's because he's a raging alcoholic, and he wants a couple of bows before he has to go out and do his watch around the fucking school perimeters. Like,
I think that's great. You had a football hooligan for a fucking teacher.
One time this is how shit our school was. We had to do football match, and we didn't have football posts, so a school would come and play us, and we just had rugby posts, and then there was like a strip of plastic. It was like, that's the crossbar, and there was no.
I think you were saying you were going to make kids stand on each other's shoulders.
We were
Human goalposts.
close to it. We were very close to just bags on the floor, and like, that's what it is. And we had Mr. Goodwin come in, and he was going to be the referee. And every time a goal would go in for their side, you go, no goal. He's just a fucking absolute shitbag.
That's funny. All right. I think we should probably wrap up this episode there, lads. It's been fun. Talked about some fun topics, and I hope people at home have learned a little thing or two about tree surgeons, the school system back in the 90s,
Anal.
anal sex, and the pros and cons of being a bus driver. That's very much what this podcast is all about. All right.